Hey, this is Laurel String. I am the Yoga Bliss Junkie, and today I have something really special planned for you. I'm going to be showing you what I call computer stretches. So they're really simple stretches you can do right at your computer or your desk. You don't even have to get out of your chair to do them. And this is going out especially to you yoga scaredy cats and people who say, I just don't do yoga. If you're not into yoga, that's okay. Keep your pantyhose on. A lot of us have preconceived ideas about yoga that aren't exactly accurate. It doesn't have to be this airy-fairy, scary, intimidating thing that a lot of people think it is. So today I'd like to dispel all of those inaccurate preconceived ideas and turn you on to yoga and let you know that you do yoga all the time and you don't even know it. So if you're sitting at your computer right now, I'll bet I can describe your posture. Probably looks a lot like mine sometimes. So your chin might be jutting towards your computer screen, especially if your computer screen is a little bit too far away. We tend to lean into it. I bet your shoulders are rounded forward and your back is rounded as well. Okay? This is a horrible position for your back and your neck. And we don't even realize we're doing it really until we feel that pain radiating down our neck or down our back or even in our legs. Continued posture like this can lead to really horrible long-term effects. It can really be debilitating, and we want to try to nip that in the bud with these stretches. That said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and that is so true. So if you can set a timer on your computer or elsewhere to chime every 10 or 20 minutes, just to remind you of your posture, then it'll get you to sit up and make you think about your posture just a little bit more often when you're at your computer. So the first thing I want to address is your chair that you're sitting in. So you can see in this, by the way that I'm sitting in this chair is way too high for me. My heel isn't really touching the floor here, and so if I were to use a stool like this and prop my feet up on it, my knees would be a little bit too high now because they're higher than my hip. Okay, so I often use a phone book. You can put a towel or anything under there to get your feet at well rested on something so that your knee and your hip are at the same distance off the floor. Your thighs are parallel to the ceiling. That's the first thing you want to address, is the chair that you're sitting in. So here's the first stretch for you, and always make sure that you only stretch as far as your body allows you to. Okay? So you want to start by just lowering your ear to your shoulder. So if you're looking straight forward, you just tip your head over. You're going to feel a stretch down the side of the neck here. Keep your opposite shoulder down. Okay? And you just hold that. Ideally, you want to hold stretches for at least 10 seconds, but this one, it's kind of a moving stretch, so just go very, very, very slow. And if your neck doesn't like this, skip it. So just taking deep breaths, you just slowly roll your head down so that your chin is getting closer to your chest. You're going to feel a stretch around the back of the neck on that right side if you're tilting to the left. The whole way you'll feel this stretch, and keep your shoulders down as you do this. When your chin gets to your chest, you just hold it for as long as it feels comfortable to, and then you just take your chin up. And then you go to the other side and slowly roll it down. And it feels good just to close your eyes and do this. Keep your shoulders down. Your upper body is very tall here. And feel free to pause this video at any time during any of these stretches. Just pause and take your time through the stretches, and then unpause to move to the next stretch. Now this next stretch is for the chest and the front of the shoulders. Quite often when we're at the computer, we round our shoulders forward and hollow out the chest. So to really open it up, here's what you do. You might want to scooch to the front of your chair a little bit and start by just placing your hands where your back pockets would be, and then pull your shoulders back. You don't really want your hands too high here. Put them right on your buttocks. It's yours, it's okay. And then pull way back. It's like you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back. There's option one. Now if you've ever dislocated your shoulder, maybe skip this one. Okay, this might not be a great stretch for you. Go very gently, definitely don't take it to the next level, which I'm about to show you. So if this isn't much of a stretch for you, you want to take it a little bit more deeper into the stretch to really feel it. I'll show you from the back here. What you do is you interlink your fingers and then either roll your shoulders back like that or straighten your elbows. Now your shoulders and your elbows will tell you if you can do this or not. If you still don't feel a stretch, squeeze your palms together, okay? And keep your shoulders away from your ears as you do this stretch. Don't feel that you have to do this option. If you feel a stretch with your elbows bent and holding on to your back pockets, that's perfect. Just stay right there. Listen to your body. Just go as far as you can and breathe. Okay, so this is a great stretch for the hip flexors, which I highly recommend you stretch. If you're sitting down for long periods of time, these muscles down here get shortened quite a bit, and this can affect this. So it's really important that you stretch these. So I would scooch to the right side of my seat here so that my right butt cheek is dangling off the edge. And then hang on to the table so that you don't fall back when you do this, or fall over to the side. Just slide your right leg back so that your heel is up and your toes are pointing straight forward. You want to try to keep that right hip pulling forward instead of opening up back, okay? So hang on to your table. Make sure that you're fairly vertical here and tuck your tail between your legs, keeping your back knee as straight as you can. That'll give you a stretch right in here in the hip flexors. And breathe. Try not to shrug your shoulders here. And pause this, and after you hold it for 10 seconds at least, then go to the other side. Okay, so the next stretch is to stretch your upper back area. This is going to feel really good. So you interlink your fingers and make sure that your palms face your chest, not this way. Otherwise, ooh, did you hear that crack? I just cracked my knuckle. You'll get a better knuckle stretch if you do this one. I need your palms to be facing you, and you get a better upper back stretch. So you just extend your arms forward. Keep your shoulders down as your shoulders pull forward. This alone will give you a really great back stretch, and you're feeling it right here in between your shoulder blades. However, to get kind of a bit of a bonus stretch out of this, as you're extending your arms forward, drop your chin towards your chest. And you'll feel that stretch extend up into the neck area. It's just bonus. It feels really good. You want to be really tall here. You don't want to be really slouching over. Nice and tall, but your shoulders will come forward, rounding the upper back just slightly. Pause this, hold it for a little while, and then come to the next stretch. When we're at our keyboard, we use our forearms a whole lot more than we think we do. So we're going to stretch these guys out next. So first, extend your right arm in front of you with your palm facing up. You need to take your left hand and use it to pull your fingers towards your thighs. Try to relax your right arm and your right hand as much as possible. Keep your right elbow straight and keep your shoulders down. You'll feel the stretch right here in the forearm. And just pause this, hold it for a few seconds, and then come to the other side. Okay, so what you want to do is flip your hand over so your palm is face down, and coming to the other side of the forearm, and just pull your fingers towards your knees again. Just hold this stretch, pause the video, and then come to the left arm, stretching both ways. Okay, so the next stretch we're going to do is for the back. It's a good idea to consult a physician before you do any kind of exercise program, but I can tell you right now, if you have a herniated disc or a bulging disc, you want to skip this one. Any type of rounding the back forward like this, you want to skip it. So what you want to do is either hang on to the seat, or I prefer tucking your arms right underneath your thighs. Kind of grab a hold of the opposite elbow or the opposite forearm or the opposite thigh underneath. Get a good grip, and then it's like you're trying to put your back on the seat back behind you. So you pull your belly button and your chest away from your thighs, let your head dangle, You'll feel this in the upper back, middle back, and even the lower back. This is just a fabulous back stretch.